nothing happens.
Yeah,
It gets really boring. It's like,
It does.
It's super. I can't.
But you're a kid. You got nothing better to do.
Yeah,
So
even
let's
to
do
this
it.
point,
You know what I
even
mean?
when I do my Christian labs, it's like I was doing Unit 2.1, very easy.
No, I'm saying you guys should already be on that. The
Yeah.
system doesn't allow that. The system is putting more emphasis on children trying to learn logical things, which is ridiculous because they can't. And then it puts more emphasis on you guys trying to review all this material all the time instead of focusing on the logical aspects. It has it slightly reversed. So I agree with you. It is a waste of your time in that sense, especially if your brain is functioning logically most of the time. But you should also see the amount of recidivism in these classes, how many people retake these classes due to the lack of,
Conceptual.
sometimes conceptual, sometimes just lack of energy regarding math classes. That's all it is.
Math is super exciting.
Yeah, for Raja.
Like learning about like
Chemistry is.
But for other people, it's exciting as it is for me to watch football.
I'll be sitting there at work and I'll just be like back in my head of like, well, you know, you have 3-4 people coming in and you follow their parents and like at what points will they intersect and how long would it usually take this person to take. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like it's very intriguing, but it's as compared to like watching football, it's not very. For me, it's not very intriguing. It's like kind of like a run or a pass. Like, you know what I mean? It's very. It's like a 1 or a 0. It's like binary. It's a 1 or a 0.
I have no interest in sports whatsoever, is what I was alluding to. So yeah, I mean, for some people, these other things are very exciting, and so academia is very boring. And for other people, academia is exciting, and sports are very boring. It depends on a person's character. It all boils down to character, a lot of times. But a person's desires really where to put his focus. So there's the bad recidivism rate. People want to get through college for a reason, because their parents tell them to, because they think they should to get a job, whatever. They have no interest in higher academia in and of itself, right? And so the schools are flooded with that kind of person. It's just the way it is, right? That's the way it was. I mean, that's what I was when I first went to college. That was exactly me. I had no business being there. I didn't care at all, right?
Yeah.
Later, I went back and I was interested in higher academia for its own sake, and so I did well then. But before, I didn't do well at all. So the schools now are really flooded with that kind of character. And so these math classes have to be so repetitious and focus a lot on homework, because the vast majority of people will not make it through the class if it was structured otherwise. And these institutions are interested in having people pass their classes.
That's really dumb, in my opinion. Like, I just
I hear.
feel like there's so much more you can do.
I hear. I'm with you, but it's just the way it is.
How do I be a really good test taker?
How do you be a really good test taker?
Like, I do all my homework.
You say, how do you become that? Is that what you said, or what did you say?
Become a really, really good test taker.
Know the material like you know your name.
Like, I mean, I did do my homework, quiz, everything. Look at Pearson, do the textbook, right? Do the steps. Come to the test. Not good grade.
Do the steps 10 more times. I believe in repetition. Repetition.
Okay, so that's for math. What about for my?
Anything. Just go over it again. You think you know it? Go over it again.
So how do I get in a deep understanding of?
Go over it again.
Come on.
I'm not joking. I am not joking.
The thing is, you'll start seeing patterns.
That's right. You will see more. You will see more to it. The more times you do it, your brain, even if you don't even try, your brain's gonna start putting more things together. That's what the brain does. How do you think a child knows how to speak? It seems impossible. At the rate at which I speak, how can my children ever learn how to speak? How do they associate anything with any object ever at the rate I speak? It just seems impossible. You know what I'm saying? But they do. They do. And I don't point out every single thing in existence to them. Ball, door. That's about it. And they get everything else on their own. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they hear it so much. You think they're trying to learn how to speak? Like they're willfully trying? They don't. They just start to see the patterns of speech automatically over 2 years or something, right?
Okay.
From the time they're whatever, 2 to 4, suddenly they can speak reasonable English better than I could ever speak Chinese in 2 years, probably. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your brain will just do it. Just seeing it enough times, it makes a colossal difference. The repetition over and over and over again. Next thing you know, your brain starts asking little questions here, why is that there, not there, or whatever, and you just start to figure things out. It really is soaking. That's why these classes are bad in the summer and winter. There's no soaking time.
Yeah.
You know, it's good because by the time you get to your final, it wasn't that long ago since you saw the first thing we did. But at the same time, you didn't really have time to soak anything in.
Yeah.
So it's not that deep in your mind yet. That's the problem with, I think, winter and summer. And calculus, I didn't know calculus until I taught it probably. I knew how to do it and stuff. I knew it like you guys do it or something. I didn't really know it. You know, it takes soaking time. People don't give that much credit these days.
Credit. Who's that?
Old people are old and stupid and
Credits.
crumbling.
Yeah.
But old people have a vast perception on things that younger people don't have just because of time. Time the brain has been around. Makes it different. You'll never know calculus as well as I do. Never. Because I'm always a year ahead of you. I'm always 10 years ahead of you.
Well, that's depending on which cheat. Isn't it really? Because
Yeah,
let's say
well,
you're
I'm saying in general. I'm saying obviously. I'm saying in general, right?
That's if you live long forever. Your brain never deteriorates as you get older. There's nothing new that pops out.
Who says it deteriorates? It depends on what you do with it, I think. There's a lot what you do with it. If you watch TV all day, it's going to deteriorate pretty fast anyway, even if you don't get old. If you keep it busy, it's going to stay strong. God's help. Okay, you'll never know Calc 1 as well, or Calc 2 or 3. But, you know, I don't look at anything higher than that now because I teach it, you know what I'm saying? I don't have to worry about it, I don't have to think about it. Certainly if you go on a higher level calculus, you'll know better than I will, because I'm stuck here, you know? I'm not analyzing my old graduate textbooks right now, whatever, it is what it is, you know?
Yep. Okay.
That's why kids are so dumb for thinking they're smarter than their parents. In like social things or I don't know, this is the experience a person has as they get older. Vastly in comparison.
Are we gonna get our test back today?
Tomorrow taught me.
We'll just wait on the last day of class.
Wait till the last day? I don't know. No, you guys need to see your grades.
Yeah.
You need to see your grades, see where you stand.
I took pre-calc last semester, pre-calc 2 last semester.
Yeah.
And it was such, like, kids were, it was horrible. It was like kids were failing, they were studying all night.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And I was just sitting there just like coasting. I scored so
Oh,
well
he's
on the
right-
test. You couldn't believe it. I thought
Roger,
like,
you may be talking to the wrong crowd, man. You better watch out. I don't know how.
No, it was the greatest feeling ever. And like there were kids like studying, going on. I remember just going. I didn't do half of my Chris labs because I was just like fed up with it. Because here's what it would do. I would put in an answer and it was right now, and I would be off by decimal place because I didn't rhyme that properly. Or I didn't do something properly, and I just like start screaming at it because it would give me a brand new problem.
Mm-hmm.
And I just said, I'm not dealing with this anymore. So I placed heavy on the tests. I did reviews.
Yeah, yeah.
And I would get the test backs 92, 91. I got 96 because he curved the grade because one test grade was so low.
So low.
And on the final, I got 75. 75 was
Good
like,
for
good for a final.
for a pre-calc too, unfortunately.
And I just like I remember just going like that was easy. Everybody else like
Was it at Howard?
It was at Howard.
Who was your teacher?
Perry.
Did I ask you that already? Yeah, I asked you that, right?
No, you never.
I didn't?
Nicholas Perry.